Is love really over when respect remains? The Demet Ozdemir and Yaman story no one saw coming. Welcome to Magazine News and Gossip, your go-to destination for the real stories behind the sparkles of celebrity life. Before we dive deep into this extraordinary tale of passion, professionalism, and unshakable artistic values, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. What you're about to hear might just change the way you look at fame, media, and love. So, here's a question. Can the end of a romance ever truly erase the bond it once built? Or does something sacred still linger, hidden in the shadows of what once was? And what happens when love fades, but admiration endures? Can respect survive heartbreak? This isn't just any celebrity drama. This is the unexpected, powerful return of Demet Ozdemir into the conversation around Yaman, not as a lover, but as a voice of reason, dignity, and artistic truth. Let's rewind and unpack what exactly happened, because the story that's gripping the Turkish media today isn't just about two people. It's about freedom, censorship, identity, and the thin, dangerous line between art and politics. The interview heard around the world. Yaman's words spark a firestorm. For years, Yaman has been one of Turkey's most magnetic stars, a man whose rise to international fame has taken him from local TV sets to glamorous studios in Rome. His move to Italy wasn't just a career choice, it was a reinvention. There, he found not only new audiences but new stories to tell, new lives to live. But recently, an interview in an Italian magazine sent shockwaves across continents. Asked a simple question, Italy or Turkey? Yaman responded with surprising honesty. I would prefer Italy to Turkey. That sentence, stripped of its context, sensationalized by headlines, lit up Turkish social media like wildfire. Critics accused him of turning his back on his country. Fans were heartbroken. Opponents were outraged. And the timing? Chilling. Days later, Gain, one of Turkey's leading digital platforms, suddenly removed El Turco, the much-anticipated series starring Yaman, from its lineup. No explanation. No warning.
Just gone.
The whispers began. Was this punishment? Had Yaman crossed a line with just one sentence? Was this the death of artistic freedom in Turkish entertainment? The fallout, art, nationalism, and the price of speaking your truth. Yaman's comment was likely an innocent, career-driven remark, something anyone building a global brand might say. But in an era where every word is clipped, reshared, and reinterpreted within seconds, there was no escaping the backlash. Some media outlets treated him like a traitor. Others began dissecting his past, his motives, even his loyalties. It wasn't just about one man anymore, it was about what it means to be a Turkish artist on the world stage. And that's when something even more surprising happened. The silent star speaks. Demet Özdemir's unexpected intervention. Enter Demet Ozdemir. Elegant, private, brilliant. For years, she'd remained silent about her past with Yaman. Despite once being one of the most talked-about couples in the entertainment world, both had gracefully moved on, publicly at least. But this time, Özdemir couldn't stay quiet. Her words weren't loud. They didn't aim to shock. But they did something far more powerful. They made people stop and think. I always find these controversies ridiculous. There is an art to it. While we actors practice our art, the interviews we conduct are undoubtedly taken somewhere else by someone, intentionally or unintentionally, and this benefits us. In those few lines, Özdemir cut through the noise with razor-sharp clarity. She wasn't defending a man, she was defending an idea. The idea that artists deserve context, that their work should speak louder than headlines. She didn't point fingers.
She didn't take sides.
Instead, she reminded the world that what we see in the tabloids isn't always the truth. Sometimes, it's just the surface. Respect that transcends romance. The media immediately pounced on Özdemir's words. Was this nostalgia? Was she still emotionally tied to Yaman? Or was this something even rarer? An act of mature, artistic solidarity in an industry addicted to drama? One thing is clear. Demet Ozdemir chose to speak not as an ex-girlfriend, but as an artist. In doing so, she broke the mold. She rejected the tired trope of the bitter ex. Instead, she held up a mirror to the industry and said, "Look what we're becoming." Her message? A true artist respects the process, even if the person is no longer part of their life. Gain, silence, and a missing series, the mystery of El Turco. To this day, Gain has offered no transparent explanation for removing El Turco. Viewers are left wondering, was this a political act? A response to pressure? Or simply a business decision wrapped in secrecy? The lack of clarity only fuels more speculation. In a creative world increasingly governed by algorithms and outrage, the silence around El Turco feels ominous. It suggests that even the brightest stars can be dimmed, not by failure, but by perception. And that's what makes Özdemir's response so vital. She didn't just step into the conversation, she redirected it. From controversy to creativity, from scandal to substance. There is an art here. What Özdemir really meant. When Demet Ozdemir said, "There is an art here," she wasn't just defending Yaman's right to speak. She was defending the essence of their shared craft. In a time where actors are judged not by their performances but by their tweets, interviews, and political alignment, Özdemir's words felt like a lifeline. A reminder that art must come first. And in a world that often reduces women in media to emotional footnotes in male-driven narratives, Özdemir rewrote her role. She is not the ex. She is the voice of reason. Social media reacts, divided, inspired, challenged. Of course, the internet had opinions, millions of them. Some saw Özdemir's comments as a subtle olive branch, a sign that she still cares. Others viewed her as a beacon of maturity, someone rising above the noise. But no matter which side you were on, the impact of her words was undeniable. She reminded fans and critics alike that not every story has to be about betrayal. Sometimes it's about bravery. The bigger picture, why this story matters. This isn't just a tale of two actors and a canceled show. This is a cautionary tale about media manipulation, about the power of misinterpretation, and about how quickly public opinion can shift. But it's also a story of strength. Because through it all, through the gossip, the outrage, the silence, Demet Ozdemir stood tall. She chose elegance over vengeance, truth over clicks. And in doing so, she reminded us of something we desperately need to remember. Art is sacred. Artists are human. And respect is eternal. Final thoughts from magazine news and gossip. At a time when it's easier to stay silent, Demet Ozdemir spoke. At a time when it's easier to throw shade, she offered perspective. And at a time when controversy sells more than character, she chose the harder path. So what remains when love fades? Sometimes something even more powerful. Thank you for staying with us until the end of this journey. If this story moved you, made you think, or challenged your view, don't forget to subscribe and share this video. Because here at Magazine News and Gossip, we believe in stories that matter. Until next time, remember, stay curious, stay kind, and always listen between the lines.